everybody, and welcome to another episode of Small Engine Velocity. And today I have something really exciting to announce, and what we're actually going to do today in this video is that we got another demo bike from Venom Motorsports. Recently, I was online kind of just browsing around looking for stuff and approached Venom Motorsports to see if they had any availability for anyone to do a demo bike to create some content around another one of their bikes that they have. And one that kind of caught my eye that I thought might be pretty interesting popped up on the screen, and I started asking questions. If you remember from a previous series, which I'll put right here, is the X22 GT 250cc automatic street bike. We did a series for them on there, which was incredibly popular. Lots of questions on automatics. So if you're wondering about automatics, well, this may be the video for you. So I did get this as a freight delivery, and it did come up at the end of my driveway. So me and my son spent a lot of time trying to get this finagled inside of the garage. I'm in Texas, so it's incredibly hot right now. So I didn't want to sit outside in the sun and burn up to death. Actually, right now it's about 7:30 p.m. So I got about an hour and a half worth of sunlight to work with. And then I'll do the rest of the video tomorrow afternoon when it's not so hot outside. So before we begin, let's go ahead and roll that intro. All right, now that I gave you some background, you want to watch the intro video. If you're familiar with the channel, the last time we did this, we went ahead and just cut the box open and start taking things apart. And a little bit different of a style, I'm gonna have two different cameras, and then I'm gonna also have this DJI Action 2 around my neck so that we can get some closer shots while we're on there recording and opening up the bike so you can get a little bit more detail. So let's begin. So if you're wondering, the bike has displaced everything in the garage right now, and the good old ruckus is jammed off in the corner, and the CBR is over there. But I did bring out my tools, and I have my handy dandy box cutter here so that we can go ahead and start opening this up. All right, first things first, go ahead and cut the cellophane off. There's always quite a bit of this stuff on here. I mean, it makes sense. What if you have the bike and you don't have a chance to be able to take it apart right away? And of course, at the same time, it has to sit outside for a while, so you don't get an opportunity to be able to take it out just in case it rains or something. So yeah, I mean, that's a smart choice. Now, I have gotten boxes before without cellophane wrapping around them, so it becomes something of a bit of a pain whenever. Where did I put my box cutter? I literally was just holding it. Oh, here it is. Literally becomes a pain when you're trying to do something about it. Garbage can. All right. Now, of course, this time there's only one strap. Let's go ahead and cut that. Throw that back. Pull it through. All right, cardboard removal time. Let's try to see if we can get as much of this cardboard out of the way as we can. Which, by the way, cardboard is great if you keep it, and then you can line your floor of your garage with it so that if you do oil changes, you have something to protect the concrete. Oh, shoot. I'm being a little bit violent with this. All right, and here we go. We're getting there. Let's go ahead. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller than I thought, but apparently it is kind of a Grom size type thing. So let's go ahead and get these metal bars off. All these should be like a 12. Nope. 14. Yep. 14 it is. 3/8 socket. All right, let's get to disassembling. Oh, wow. That was already loose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, when you're doing this, make sure that you inspect. So obviously this had some kind of side impact right here, so you gotta be careful. But it looks like nothing was injured in that side impact. So it's a good idea to inspect when you have these out, but this cage is very useful in that way. I think the easiest way to do this is just to take all the bottom ones off, and then I can lift this whole cage off all at the same time. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Look at all these free bolts. And they're metric 14, so I'm sure I can use them for something. Oh look, there's the battery. Right there. Right now that I got all these bolts off right here, I'm gonna be able to take the top of this off, and then, or at least in theory, I should be able to take the top of this off and have most of the bike exposed. So let's do that without breaking anything. Ooh, I forgot about this other bar on the other side. I'm gonna go get some help. Aiden, can you take some time out of your video game and help me take this box off?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Aiden, my 14-year-old son. He's gonna help us take this top part of the cage off. Say hi.
Hi.
No, here. Hi.
Hi.
All right, so go to the other side. And then we have to pick it up without scratching anything. And over. Put it sideways right here. And we'll get it out of the way. Down. So what do you think it looks like so far? Does it look like something that could fit you easily? Huh?
Yeah.
Take the plastic off. Let's take the plastic off. Come on, guys. Let's get a good look at what this looks like, everybody. Oh wow, this looks like the stuff that you get at the Asian market. Not that yet. Can you cut that? Here, go ahead and cut that. Oh yeah, just cut towards my face. Towards my face. Cut towards my, nope, not towards the bike either. Cut up. There you go. And of course, as we work, let's stay clean. Garbage can again. All right, and here is the first look on here. Hey, look, cut this off. If you look down here, there's something that has my name on here. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's like tools or special stuff. Oh, I like it. This was customized. 1, 2. Caesar Homandre. Aiden, open this up. Okay, so it looks like they provided a tool kit. And then, right here is, ooh, some cool looking mirrors, right? Oddly enough, it says 200cc scooter with operating instructions, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the documentation. Ah, yeah, there's the MCO and the bill of sale. So this is going to be needed to go get the title later on. Yes, nice. To kind of give everyone an idea, my son is about the same height as me and the same size. Put your, well, he can't put the foots on the lever. So there you go. This is the new bike. What is that? Is that an airbox? Okay, well anyways, we're looking at this now. And we're trying to figure out everything that's on here right now. I still need to finish freeing up this bike. So let's go ahead and do that as a time lapse. Okay, now that we got it out of the box and out of the tray and all that metal mambo jambo on there, we're able to actually access and do a little bit of a tour around the bike. I still have to put the handlebars, the mirrors, and the battery inside the bike, but I kind of want to do a real quick overview of so far what I've seen on this bike that is different or impresses me or something like that. So let's take a look. So here's the bike all in all. Right now, it is a pretty long bike considering how it's designed. The motor is all back here. There's really nothing in here minus a tank, a petcock, and a battery tray down here. And then there's inverted forks with a disc in the front up here, which is interesting. Now I still have the packing pegs right here where the handlebar was. This is to hold it in the packaging, so you know, I just left it in here right now so that I could be able to move it around. I still have to peel the plastic off the front, and it looks like in the front there's LED bulbs in the front. Then there's this gap in the front. I assume that's airflow, and then again LED bulbs up at the front. You can see the front. It looks like it has, is that a single piston or a dual piston? I can't tell. Probably dual. Disc brake in the front, which is almost the whole size of the front wheel. This is your brake lever on this side. This is your rear brake, which, by the way, the rear brake on this is also disc, which surprised me. I didn't realize that they were going to put a disc brake on here, and it's on this side, not on the other side, which is normally where I would see it on a Ruckus. There is obviously an EPA certified exhaust. If you take a look at it, it's literally the whole last quarter of the bike is the exhaust right here. What I believe this is EPA regulation stuff right here. Part of the mount that goes to the bike that does the center mount shock over here, the airbox, a rear facing carburetor, looks like maybe 26, 28 millimeter, something like that, maybe 28. And then you can see the intake manifold down there. And then up here, I don't know if you can see it, but that's the coil for the plug, because the plug should be down, there it is, there's the plug. You've got grab bars back here, but the problem with the grab bars is this is the rear pillion seat, but if you look at the logo here, it says never carry passengers on here, so it's more aesthetic than anything else. Here's the second half of the other side of the center mount shock that goes right here. So it goes across to the other side to support this entire CVT transmission. Yes, you heard me. This is a CVT transmission. What I believe this to be is a long case GY6 with a big bore kit to make it 168cc officially. What's neat is there's a peg here, but if you look, there's also a Kickstarter. How cool is that? So what if you run out of battery? What if your battery dies or you have a problem with your battery? You got a Kickstarter right here. I mean, you don't see that anymore anywhere except for on like older Ruckuses. I'm not even sure if the Navi has that. Then you have your tank, which this looks a lot like the way the Gixxer tank is set up, and also like my CBR, it has a plastic fairing piece that goes over here. To look at the quick console over here, you have a ignitions key right here. It does have a locking mechanism to block the hole, and you have to use the back of the key to open it up. It's kind of like a dirt bike. You'll also see that you have a speedometer here that goes up to 190. We'll test that accuracy as soon as we can. And then we have a gas gauge here. Very simple controls. All you need is this and this. There is no tachometer because it is a CVT, so you don't really need a tachometer on day-to-day regular use. Now, if we're going to tune this, we're going to use the tachometer. I suspect that I should be able to use anything that I've ever used on my Ruckus, and all the parts for GY6 should all work on here. And then if you look at the tail light, I think this is the tail light, or is this the tail light? I can't tell. This might be a brake light and that's a running light. I don't know, we'll have to find out. If you look right here, there is a secret compartment right here. I believe this is for tools, just like a dirt bike. So this is just an add-on I think they put on here for that. So let's try to take a look on the inside here real quick with the camera. So this is the inside of here. There's a little platform. I believe the battery goes in there, and it's pretty much empty on the inside. You can kind of see the bottom part of the tank, the petcock, the fuel gauge sensor. There is some frame pieces in here for reinforcement, and there's a lower frame down here. But all in all, I just need to put the handlebars on. So let's review something as far as shape. So if you take a look at the way it's shaped, it's very long, like I said, but it looks like there's a lot of acute angles coming up this way. So it goes this way, it follows up, and it goes all the way through. There's a lot of gap right here, and to me, it feels like there's a lot of space up here. But if you look at the inverted fork on here, it is very big. It goes from here all the way up to here. This is almost like a full-size bike suspension on here. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a lot of good cushioning off of this because of the size of this right here. And that you have disc brakes and a fairing up here too. I have plans to tuck this in a little bit more. I've already done some research and I have some ideas of tucking this in and tucking that on, and then kind of maybe lowering the profile and getting it to be a little bit more level across. Well, here's the signal light. There you go. Then you take a look at the exhaust, and it's huge, but of course it has to pass EPA, so they have to do it a certain way in order to pass EPA. So it's not like they did this because it was a style choice, but it was more of a regulation choice on here. What I want to do is take the exhaust out and come up like this, like regular street bike style. That's what they were going for over here, but it's a little bit long for me. I got plenty of other exhausts that I can give it a shot to see if I can make it work a little bit better here. Oh, here's your reservoir for your brake fluid. Oh, and then here's your, oh yeah, there you go. And then your brake switch is right here for the light. All right, so let's go ahead and put on the handlebars. So during shipping, to mount the bike down, they put these pieces of metal in here, right here. And then it bolts to the frame. I don't know if you saw that earlier, but it bolts to the frame And right now, we're gonna put the regular steering back inside it. Ugh. Loosen it some more, maybe? Yeah. Put it in here. These are your clip-ons down here. Remember that the clip-ons are here for future reference. So I gotta get these in. There we go. I don't know how far to put them in, so I'm just gonna put it into where the plastic is, where the metal is sticking out. I'm gonna sit on it. A little bit of a comfort. There you go. Oh, it feels good. Tighten it down. There you go. One out of the way. Of course, every bike has 2 bars. So we'll loosen this one up. Take the little flat piece of metal out. Put this one on this side. So all your brakes are going to be on the left side of the bike. You have a foot brake for the right. Okay, so this isn't like the X22 GT 250cc automatic street bike, because it used to have, it was just pegs over down there. Then there was a lever over here for the rear and the front. But on this bike, it's all on the left side. Okay, that's neat. So next is the mirror. So on the frame, there's a little hole right here, just above the fairing between the mirror, the windshield and here. And this is where what looks to be where the mirror is supposed to go. Seems to be a good choice. So it's on both sides like this. So I'm pretty sure this is the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I like that. Weirdly enough, it's a 13. Huh. Okay. So let's get them even. Let's sit down here and see if we can make it actually work. Yeah, that's good. Next, we're going to take a look at this battery that we got here. Is this one of those ones that I have to mix? Oh, here's a strap, instructions. Oh, look. It's a pretty big battery. That's a pretty beefy battery for this bike. Anything special? Before first time use, or when the battery voltage is below 12.75, please charge battery according to instructions. I guess this is part of the retaining piece on there. So let's go see how this fits inside the bike. So putting the battery was something I was kind of dreading, but if you look, there's 2 5.5 millimeter Allen socket bolts here that you could take out. And there's a little slot right here so that you can, I believe you can grab it. Oh, there's one more right here. 2 5.5 and what looks to be a 4. Yep, 4. All I can say is be careful here. Maybe you want to do this one first because this is the plastics and it's sitting, and this is holding, the plastics is holding the whole weight of this metal piece now. So maybe you want to do this one first and then the 2 5.5s after that, because you don't want to break this plastic, because I'm pretty sure it's not easily replaceable. Probably something you'd have to special order for parts on here. Uh-oh. What I'm looking for is access to the battery tray. There we go. Look at that. So there looks to be 2 Phillips, and then there's little snap-ons here, little clippers here, so I'll have to do a little bit of screwdriver gymnastics. Oops, left to loosen. I think the only reason this is hard is because I have a camera in front of me. All right, once it's off, there is the battery tray. Oh, look. And then, of course, laying right next to it is the battery terminals, which I think should fit through this. There's a hole right here. There we go. I can get that positive and negative terminal. Push through here, including the fuse and everything. There you go. That's nice. So remember, wires through here connect the terminals to the battery. There's the positive, there's the negative. Overall, it goes in this basket. Tuck the wires back in, and then put the lid back on after you kind of hide away these cables inside of here. So what's nice is, yes, this is on the bottom of the bike, but at least it's protected from weather and water and all sorts of other stuff, like it would be normally if it had an under seat type situation or tail situation on here. So let's close this up. So to review, we got the bars, we got the mirror, we got the battery connected. I got the cover back on. If I turn it on, I got lights on here. Do I have headlights? No, I think I have to turn the bike on for headlights. Yeah, I haven't started it yet. So I need fuel. And let's check the carburetor. So that's a vacuum line. That's my throttle cable, my idle adjustment, my diaphragm. That looks like an auto choke in the back. My float bowl down there. Everything seems to be connected. Let's do a test turnover on the bike just to make sure it turns over if I have to charge the battery. Okay, so that's good. So it looks like there's a keyhole for the gas tank. The cover. Oh, there you go. Wow, that's a cover. All right. I got a little bit of gas. Hopefully I have enough to get it to start, so. That's probably more than enough just to start it. This has a big tank. And dude, this cover is huge. So when you're done, put it in, push, it turns the key itself. Now there's some protective plastic here still. So let's see if we can prime the fuel. All right, she started. A little bit low on the idle there. Definitely is quiet from that exhaust. I did forget to attach the signal lights on the front, so let's jump out of here real quick and get those set up, and then let's go for a quick test ride down the driveway. First ride, first assembly. The assembly was not bad. All I had to do was put on handlebars and mirrors, and I was pretty much done. So there you go, new bike from Venom Motorsports, 200cc, automatic, kind of a Grom size bike. We'll get more into detail on this bike. There'll be a whole bunch of videos in a series in regards to this to see who it's for, who it works for, who it doesn't work for, you know, and what are its advantages and qualities over other types of bikes in this type of category. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you want to watch more about this bike. Thanks.